Hi, I'm Dr. George Kosmides, and I was asked to basically show you my refrigerator in my kitchen, and so here we go. This is what I keep in my home. I have a small daughter, 4 years of age at this point, and my wife, and this is what we keep. So in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see a bin of greens right over here, and then this is a Japanese, almost like a seaweed. It makes a base for soup. Again, no MSG, no sugar, a dozen eggs, organic. Unfortunately, it does make a difference. And to the right of that is the tahini, a tahini butter. It's a raw nut butter. You can get them in several different varieties, walnut butter, almond butter, and so forth. So my wife enjoys that. Again, another Japanese seaweed product. This is cultured sauerkraut. And cultured products like kimchi and sauerkraut, as long as they're not inundated with sugar and MSG and other preservatives, they're very helpful to the digestion. And here's another favorite of my wife's. It's garbanzo bean spread, or some sort of whipped spread. It's very good with raw cucumbers. And let's go down here at the second cabinet. Here we have grapes. And then these are dragon fruit, pretty prolific here in the islands. And then this, I'll show you a close-up of that. These are tortillas, but they're sprouted wheat. That simply means they don't really have the negative aspects of wheat that most wheat products or all wheat products have. And then these lower two shelves, I'll go to the next slides and explain what those are in more detail. Okay, this is my replacement for milk. Coconut Dream, they make Rice Dream, they make Almond Dream. These are just white drink products, and again, way more usable calcium than dairy milk. They taste good, they keep forever, well, for a long time. These we may go through maybe a gallon a month, so I'm not a big white drink fan, just mainly because it's not fresh. And if you ever make fresh coconut milk or fresh almond milk, you'll know the difference. It's just very labor intensive. So this is the new one on the market, this flax milk. You can see in the upper right hand corner right here, you'll see 25. That's the calories per glass. Now what you want to do with both of these or all these type of vegan milks, you want to make sure you see the word unsweetened on them. This will add approximately about 40% carbohydrates. And at this stage, I know I didn't show you the label here, only 25 calories per, I think it's a 6-ounce serving. So really low calories, has omega-3s, which is good for the brain. It's just a really good choice. But again, good way to move away from cow milk. Okay, this is the lower shelf I went through earlier. I keep coconut flakes. I use them for anything from making buckwheat pancakes to blending them in smoothies. Just use them for a variety of things. In front of that, you'll see right here, this is hard cheese. It's a Parmesan cheese. And I talked about in earlier webinars, the harder the cheese, the lower the fat. And small containers are applesauce, unsweetened applesauce. My daughter tends to like those. And I can put those in the pancake blender as well, and they make the pancakes very smooth. This block of cheese here is raw. I believe this one is raw cheddar cheese. Now, raw just simply means it has all the enzymes still available to help to process the food. So I don't allow my daughter to have cheese when she's having any type of bronchial or mucus. Dairy products, even though they're raw, in my opinion, tend to support mucus production in the body. To the right of that is my very hot Thailand peppers. I like hot sauce, and I tend to make my own from time to time. These are extremely hot. This is Ezekiel bread. There's a company in California called Food for Life. I've been using them for 20 years. Now, when a bread says sprouted, it's a wheat product, but it's not a flour product. This is flourless, and you'll see a flourless, low glycemic. So this is the bread that I keep in my refrigerator. It's very robust. If you're used to eating white bread or very, very light breads, this will seem like it's a very robust. That's because it's packed with nutrition, it's packed with fiber, and it's a real grain. So even though you hear a lot about you want to keep gluten-free, these type of flourless products, in my opinion, are okay. And again, gluten issues, if you're healthy, they shouldn't really be a problem. Again, the upper shelf again, and this is the Ezekiel below right here. This is the Ezekiel tortillas. Again, they're sprouted much like the bread. hard cheese on them, scramble some eggs, make a tortilla. Again, fantastic choice. Again, the dragon fruit with the grapes. Always keep grapes in the fridge. It's my daughter's candy. Freezer section. To the left, you'll see this is organic chicken breasts. This is 90% lean Hawaii beef, and you can see the price. It's $4.79 per pound. So again, it doesn't have to be $10, $15 a pound. You don't necessarily have to get these at the Whole Foods or the higher end places, but just ask your grocer, do you carry natural beef or range beef? And if enough people ask, they'll start to carry it. I keep these in the fridge, and my daughter probably goes through a bag every couple of months. And they're lollipops, but they're sweetened with brown rice syrup. Now, most of you may have never heard of brown rice syrup, but it has an extremely low glycemic index. And it's very easy to digest, and there's no fructose. So this is my lollipop of choice, relatively inexpensive. And again, my daughter will ask for 1 or 2 a week. So I like to go this route. Again, I'm a big fan of broccoli from a domestic point of view. They're the king of vegetables. And you'll see some tomatoes and a red bell pepper. As a general rule, there's a couple things to keep in mind. The brighter colored the fruit or the vegetable, the more nutritional value. The harder the fruit or vegetable, the more resistance to pesticides, and this is a good example. So the tomatoes, I recommend getting them organic. The broccoli, I still recommend organic, but crucible vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and asparagus resist absorbing pesticides. It's always best to eat organic, but sometimes we need to, what I like to call, pick our shots. So soft fruits, berries, tomatoes, go organic. Unfortunately, they'll absorb the pesticides directly through the skin. Harder ones like the broccoli, they will resist. And the power is in the tops, not the stalk. The stalk is the fiber. You certainly can eat that, but I'll cut this up and put it in the pan and then put some eggs on top and make a broccoli, and my daughter loves it. So you can make it a number of different ways. My condiment section. Let's start here. A1 sauce. It's sweetened with raisin juice, which is one of the only commercial ones that I've been able to find that doesn't add sugar. So I love A1 on my steaks. My Heritage coming out, Greek pepperoncinis. Again, they're in a distilled vinegar, no sugar. And this is a ketchup that's sugar-free. So don't look for natural or organic. You have to look and read the label. They're very misleading. Sugar is a natural product. So technically they can put natural, organic, but there's still sugar in the product. So none of these products here have sugar in them. Apple cider vinegar, use it on the salad with lemon juice and black pepper. Actually helps the digestion. And this is raw and filtered. This company brags. I'm not endorsing them. They've been around for, 25, 30 years. This is a new sprouted flour that I'm experimenting with. Coruscant flour. I've never heard of it before. It's a family farm. I believe it's in Oregon. And I mix that in with my buckwheat pancake mix. I've read nothing but good things about it. I'm giving it a try. So I still experiment to this day, and will continue to do so. Okay, raw hemp seeds. Oh, Dr. George, you're really getting hippie on us. Well, I like to see the power of foods, and hemp seeds have a very high protein value for a vegan source. They have a very high omega-3, so they're very helpful, and we'll put this in different things. And actually, this is my wife's purchase, not mine. So she's rather the hippie too. And I say that endearingly because there is some real benefit between that lifestyle and being healthy. So behind that, this is a raw soyu product. Soyu is like soy sauce, but this is fermented. Again, you'll hear me talk about fermentation a lot. Fermentation helps support the digestive tract in most cases. Again, these products are all without sugar except the one to the right, which I'll get to in a moment. But this raw soyu, you can get it on the shelf, usually at a health food store. I'll put that in a sprayer, and I'll use it to spray the eggs with. My daughter likes it on her popcorn. There are some minerals in it, but it's a lightly salted, raw Japanese product. Here's another wild protein product that we're trying out. It's very bitter. And this is a product that, you see kids getting juice a lot, and most of it is just sugar and water. This one is about 40% water with some apple juice. So it's very, very dilute. I'm not sure what the gram per sugar is, but it's really low. And it's the one ILK for my daughter. This is the other condiment section. We'll go here. This is my Red Devil hot sauce. Again, no sugar. This is a green powder, and I'm experimenting with a number of them. And in a short while, I'll be able to offer them as a support item. But I'm still researching. These are Japanese oils, not for cooking, for salads. And this is, it says aminos, which is a soy base, but this is actually that soyu. I just put it in this container. I do not recommend the soy sprays, the amino soy sprays, unfortunately. This is where my daughter sits when she comes home from school, and I always have this plate within her arm's reach. She's 4 years old, and she'll eat this whole tray in about 2 weeks. So again, have health-promoting foods near your kids. Teach them at a very young age. So there's apples, there's oranges, onions. I try to give her a variety of foods because it's important. Again, this is where she sits. You'll see bananas are pretty prolific here in Hawaii. They're relatively inexpensive, so there's always a couple pounds of bananas in the house. Those are green, but my daughter will know when they're ripe, and she'll consume that whole bowl in about 10 days. So again, make it feasible for your kids, and I want you to know that I'm walking the very talk, and I'm right there with you in these changes. I understand what it's like to have a family. I understand the needs of kids and your spouses, but you have to be in a place where you can make a stand on what's right, and it will benefit. My daughter's truly healthy. She gets chiropractic care. She has an excellent pediatrician she sees every 2 years. My wife was severely ill when I met her, and it all matters what we're putting in our bodies. So I hope this webinar or this little refrigerator insight was helpful. Please ask your questions. I'm here to give you as much information as I can and be open as I possibly can. Thank you for coming into my house today. I'm Dr. George Kosmides, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Bye-bye.